tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Hi, I'm Frost. Pop quiz. What was the first word on that last slide? First word, 7th line down? How about the last word? I'm Frost. I'm here to do some writing for Legend Seeker, the RPG that Erudai is making, and I'm going to be all over the place today, I think. But I'm working on the Kururu, the little amphibious creatures that are on the Umbral Atoll. I wanted to write some more stuff up for them, so that's what I'm doing today. I'll have a nice glass of water. How exciting, right? Right. Also, yeah, I was going to mention to you all how I managed to confusingly gross someone out at work today. My cat Calvino was messing around on the back of my desk behind my monitors over on my work machine, and he hit the camera. The little cable, he bumped it, and so the camera moved. I'm like, I reached up and grabbed it. One of the people on the call was like, ew, why is your arm doing that? I said, what? What, your arm, it's moving weird. It's like creeping me out. I'm like this? She's like, yeah, what is that? I'm like, those are tendons moving underneath my skin. She's like, I've never seen anybody's arm move like that. I'm just thinking, I'm baffled. It's literally, let's see, we'll do it with this arm because it's a lady, but doing this. You move your arm, tendons and things move. This is the way humans are made. It's normal. I was reaching to the camera and she saw my hand and things moving like this because I was moving something, and she's just like, like, I have never heard that in my life before, but I was really amused by it. And so I'm just sitting there during the call going, I'm such a troublemaker. That was fun. I tried to make potato fritters today. I cooked the potatoes in the crock pot, mashed them, seasoned them, added some Parmesan cheese, and tried to fry crisp in a panini maker. They got squished. That they crisp. Hey, you got somewhere, though. You know now how to sort of do them, right? Right. Exactly, JJ. You have learned something. I bet they were pretty good anyway. Anyway, that was me grossing people out. This is JJ talking about taters. Taters! Potatoes! Plot twist, that wasn't his arm. Well, I didn't mention that part. I'm just sitting there like this. Just off screen doing it so they can see me doing this. Yeah. I have the right to... Oh, sorry. No, I'm going to say it anyway. I have the right to bear arms. Even if they're not mine. Okay, I'm writing about the Ruru, and I'm writing about their clothing and how they dress. Yeah, people are weird. Co-workers, what are you gonna do with them? To be fair, Midwesters know that people are corn-fed, so tenders don't get shown often. There you go. Are you saying we're normally quite filled out? We're beefy. You want a bratwurst? Bratwurst are great. They are fantastic. If made properly. Because you can, like anything else, you can make them really badly. All right, the Kruru. The Kruru. I can't even pronounce it right. I want it to sound like a froggy or amphibious person is saying the Kruru are largely peaceful, semi-nomadic, amphibious biped race which resides on and about the Umbral Atoll. Now I'm working on like the kind of things they dress in. Because since they're amphibious, their garments have to, be workable underwater and above water. Uh, they tend to wear light and water-resistant garments. Primarily from sea creatures and underwater. All right, they primarily from sea creatures and underwater plant life. Garments are tough enough to handle frequent drying and wetting. Don't know what to do with coworkers. What you do with coworkers, but I know what you don't do. Date them. Yeah, that's true. Don't do that. Beefy in a fattening before market kind of way. There you go. I'm bucking that trend. You're not getting me there. They may take me to the glue factory, but they're not getting me to the abattoir. Let's just say that. No abattoir for me. Since they live in a tropical island that is frequently swept by extreme weather, when they are surface side, we'll just say, I'm going to sit, whoops. The crew tend to wear light and water resistant garments. do they call these things? Let's see. Yeah, I'll type that word properly and I'll get a much better search result for us. That's not going to work it. That's a totally weird choice. Oh, I see what happened. It turned off my dark mode. Dark mode reader off. Well, that doesn't look very practical. The hot springs. Into 2. All right, when surface side, they often wear light caps of sealskin or sea kelp to use and coat their sensitive skin in rich, colorful, oily muds found around volcanic hot springs. Periods of time. There we go. From Harson out. Tend to keep their skin moisturized and protect them from the harsh sun when they are above the sea for extended periods of time. There we go. Yeah, I agree. You had ex-girlfriends that left me for co-workers. They quickly were calling me to take them back. Ha! Nope. I've technically dated 2 co-workers. One, I didn't start, or I started dating before I became a co-worker. Another one, I was a co-worker before I started dating. So, fun times. Yes, always say hi to Bap. Don't forget to say hi to Bap. Hi, Bap! And hi, Crescent. And hi, Fantastic. And hi, let's see. We got the JJ. I said Fantastic. I don't think I've seen Jensen or Cajun Corey or anyone yet. But maybe they'll make it in. Maybe. We'll see. See if some of the other crew shows up or anyone else. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about their dress. Um, right, so crew females tend to be the only crew that wear jewelry on their limbs. The amount and quality proclaiming their family worth and stature to others. Males more often wear headdresses and necklaces. Let me guess. Kitty cat's out in the back. Put another fountain outside for him because they keep, keep making a mess of the one. So I'm like, I'll give them 2 fountains. See how that works out for them. Yes, person detected. Person being cat. And there's nobody there, of course. That's what happens. Ah, well. Whatever. Married my coworker 42 years ago. I was gonna make the stupid dad joke. I hope your husband doesn't find out, but you know, it's implied. I don't need to say it, right? Hey, it's Gage and Corey. Speak of the devil. Ooh, tell us more. We want to hear the story. We're gonna just say that. We're gonna switch that word out. Uh, Loading cities and villages. Shark skin. Let's say large mollusk shell plates. Let me check one thing here. I typed some of that right. Some of it was correct. Okay. Big is giant clam. Look at those things. Hey, da, 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 da. Okay, that is not a very useful thing. All right, so these are giant clams, Venetian scholar. Can measure up to 400 more pounds. 4 feet across. Can live up to 100 years. Okay. Cool. We'll mute that. That over here. How about shell plates? I spelled that wrong. Oh, that's just grammar. Grammar police in the program being wrong. Okay, that's fine. Make a fanciful story in my head. You met your husband working at a prison, seeing or saying, man, prison checks out. 42 years is a long time. Nice y'all stay put. Still put up with your daughter. Wow. I like it. You found someone who loved me in spite of my signing, jokes, and serious bad attitude. Sounds like you married an angelic person. Met her husband there as well. Only 6 employees at the time, so not a big place. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oop. Ah. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Nope. I think sea urchins are spiky, but are they poisonous? I think they're poisonous, aren't they? But I'm not sure if they're always poisonous. Okay, that took me to a picture of a sea urchin. Go to this info about the ocean. All right, algae, plankton, detritus. Okay, great. All right. Well-studied purple sea urchin. Controls algae growth, prey for various predators, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it has 2 feet. They have true eyes. Okay. Oh, they can be up to 5,000 meters down. Don't care. Doesn't help. In the middle of all this information, it's telling me it's like, click here to take an IQ test. Why? Designed to Mensa international standards. Bad attitude explains a lot now. A great false front. Have Crescent show you our message and explain to her why she was wrong. I feel like you may be an expert in the situation. Never met anyone who has the patience of Job the way he does. Aw. Nice. Wait, are you saying you're an affliction from Satan? Or you're just saying he's patient? I'm kidding. Don't gypsy me. I have so much to live for. Oh, it's not going to work. Off. Okay. Eh? Oop. Oop. Oh, none of these are right. Huh. Part of that. Portion of that. Okay. Um. This one. Great. That's gonna be weird. A whole lot of sense. Eh. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna have that'll be there. There. I don't know. It'd be a weird one. Go with that. Okay, yeah, that's great. Thanks. Whatever. None of these go with this one. It takes. Gonna be 3. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got suckered into doing the IQ test because why not, right? Boy, I can barely see these pictures though. Unfortunately, visual issues is fun. That's gonna go there. That is gonna go. That's the same as that. That one switches. That one switches. This one goes over there. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, weird. I'm gonna say we're gonna add that to it. Okay. That takes 1 away. That takes 2 away. That takes 1 away. That takes 2 away. Okay. It's 2 away. So that's gonna be that. Can't help it, people. Can't help it. I'm 22 out of the 29 questions already. So, right. So that's gonna be there. Okay. 2 more. 3. 2. Da da da. So we'll start with 3. Here we go. Yes, top 5% logic. Great, thanks. Boom, boom. That would move it up to there. Yeah. That's a weird one. Huh. I mean, I think I know what the answer is, but that's a slightly strange one. Because that one doesn't match that. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, so they're adding. They're adding, doing, adding. Okay, got it. See what they're doing. We're gonna go with that. Ooh, that's a fun one too. It's gotta be this. Unless they're trying to be sneaky here. Let's see. I think they're trying to be sneaky here. I want to guess that it's this one that already appears, so it can't be that one. Can't be that one because that already appears as well. It's got to be this guy. So we're gonna go with it. That's an unusual one. Okay, so that one's just a flip. That one's just a flip, and then this one is this. Yep. I understand. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I like solving puzzles. That's great. All I want to see. Growth words. It's probably going to say, all you have to do is send us $15,000 and we'll send you your result. All right, let's see. No, we're going to click on that and go there. Keep. 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 All right. Okay, that doesn't really matter. All right, there, I got all my numbers. Okay, cool. I amused myself. All right, back to this. Back to it. Crescent got the gypsy, I got the leprechaun. Whoa, all right. I tried to be nice to Crescent once. She kicked me. How are you going to do well in the test? Yes, you could say I'm a genius, if you know it's funny. Very nice. I just super chatted a joke on stream, and one of the mods said to ban me. Well, that happens. I never tell anybody the results of IQ tests I take. I just like taking them. But one of the ones that they said I didn't get right, I was like, Of course, I also went through it. There's no time limit on it, but you know you're supposed to go faster on a lot of them. But I just went through it because I didn't want to sit here forever doing it. So yeah. And this one placed me lower than the last one I had taken. All right, where was I at with this stuff? The females would. Oh yeah, those charged with guarding the floating cities and villages wear armor made from thick shark skin, spiked urchins, and even large shell plates from gargantuan sea clams. Where is? Okay. Oop. All right. Okay. Go here. Go. Really? That's what it's gonna do. Okay. All right. So I gotta check this. Oop. All right. Boom. All right. I close my thesaurus tab. Merp. So I need to tell someone that joke if she's still there. Bap, you're still here? Or she's still here? 99, show off. I tried to get that phone number less than 70. Why do ducks love 4th of July? Firecrackers. That was horrible. It was horrible. That's all I can say. That was just horrible. Okay. So, armor made from thick shark skin, spiked urchins, and even large cell plates from gargantuan sea clams. I'm not going to say anything about the weapons there. That'll go under martial readiness. All right, we got to come up with some traditions for the crew on that island. In fact, let me open something really quickly. Is this? I think this is the latest atoll. Nope, this is the old atoll map. Where is the new atoll map? I did a new version of this. Dang it all. Dash it all, dang it all. I wonder if it's on my other machine. Let me check something quickly here. Let's see. Was it here? Maps. There's the Legend Seeker. This is this map. All right, let's open. I want to open that version of the map once. Let's go to my other drive here. There, Legend Seeker, this atoll map. What is this one going to look like? Nope, that is still the same one. Where is the other one I did? What did I do with it? I'm going to have to go look on my other machine, I think. But I won't worry about it right now. It's a minor change. I just deleted stuff and moved things around a bit. It's fine. It's fine. We'll open this one here. And we'll go into map copies. Nope, I don't want that one. The Wonder Draft maps. All Wonder Draft. All right, same thing, but in the right folder. All right, so these guys live in this floating city that goes around the whole island, but they're all over the place too. They have a few little places. I'm just using it as a reference for my brain here. All right, so tradition. Why are there no... Hello, Jensen. Why are there no knock-knock jokes about America? Because freedom rings. Wow. Percent is quiet today. Did you guys scare her off? Hit the thumbs up button. Figured she's busy. Exactly. She's busy. She's doing croissant stuff. She's croissanting it up. It's not your fault, Mr. Sarcastic. Hello, Secretary Nugget. Let's see. Let's see. The crew are devout worshippers of the Lhasa and make offerings to her by floating rafts festooned with all manner of flowers, gifts, and... Let's say they believe. We'll clarify that. So the crew are devout worshippers of the last and make offerings to her, like floating rafts festooned with all manners of flowers, gifts, and goods towards the breaks, in hope that they are taken by her eternal storm. So the whole place is surrounded by an eternal storm. I really wish I could find my other version of the map. And they, my other drive here, and they do have ways they know how to get through the breaks, but they set them and let the currents take them. And if they founder in the breaks and sink, then the Lassa still gets the goods and the offerings, and it's still favorable. But if it makes it past the breaks, the upturned basalt sticks and rock, or not sticks and rocks, but basalt spikes that kill ships, and you actually get swallowed by the storm, then it's like even more favorable of an offering. Gotta look at something quickly though, because I could have sworn that I did put the new map in here, but I don't see it. And that is weird. Because that is from May 5th last year, which is it's the old version. I'll find the new version, or I'll just redo it. It's fine. I'll just move the stuff over. Busy planning her revenge against me and Fantastic. There you go. Asked how the barbecue went this weekend, and she ghosted me. Well, she just didn't want to tell you that she probably, ate that whole berry thing. She's mean and didn't want to share it or something like that. I was serious though when I see something that's made of mostly just fruit and berries and stuff, and it doesn't have a ton of like whipped cream and all this other stuff on it. I'm just there. I'm wandering around out in my yard eating mulberries and blackberries off the bushes while I chat with people on the phone. It's what I do. I'll say shown to the to those who have made the offering. Oop. All right, we're gonna think about that. There's probably some other traditions here. So the Kuru, and to avoid the ruins of their forebears, to a all right. So, although the crew tend to avoid the ruins of their Kur forebears, some groups make yearly pilgrimages to the mysterious obelisks across the island and tell stories about the folly of their unwise ancestors. Let's see, ancestors action. Yeah, we'll go with action. And this way, they hope to teach their young to avoid making the same mistakes in their own futures. Very nice. Long day though. Shoot off any fireworks? I'm glad. See, sometimes I care. No, I'm not a fan of fireworks in the middle of neighborhoods, to be honest. They end up in the oddest places. Big fan of fireworks over water, though. Ah, there you go. Yeah, the shooting the stuff off in the city is always a little weird because I see so many people that just make bad decisions with kids involved, and a lot of people sit out with open garages and then one stray firework flying into the garage, and suddenly you've got something on fire somewhere. And because let's be honest, not everyone understands how fireworks work, and not everyone understands that you don't point them at things you want to keep, just like guns. So occasionally you'll see people doing stupid things with them, or unwise things. Oh well, that's what freedom's for. You make the good decisions, you make the bad decisions. Free to do it. Living out the country, it's a little better and open. That's good. Yeah, I live half country, half rural, near some subdivisions, and there are people who just they set off stuff that they bought off of a truck somewhere from somewhere fantastic that they shouldn't have probably bought it for, or bought it because it's highly illegal. But you can hear them thundering when they set them off. Woohoo! Let's see. Most villages and floating cities have a retinue of warriors, mainly for fighting off aggressive but unintelligent sea creatures. For most, most residents of the Umbral Atoll the products accrue. Okay, that's a sentence, and we'll start this sentence differently. Residents of the Umbral Atoll need the products. Bell. So, residents of the Umbral Atoll greatly desire and sometimes strongly rely on the products or create, sell. Think of attacking them. Kind of a symbiotic relationship because the crew are not exactly warlike, and they're like, well, we could take all their stuff, but then we can't make it. So they're wise enough to know that if we keep them safe, they'll keep making stuff and trading with us. There we go. Stay with them. Ruru tend to avoid areas where the dinosaurs and other large land predators will, and as such have limited experience in dealing with them. They're, oops, experts. Experts at repelling sea creatures are quite all right. There we go. Let's see. It must be fun. I loved sparklers as a kid. As younger, my cousin put firecrackers in my grandma's mailbox. She wasn't mad. They popped the dents out and fixed it. It was a sad day for the mailbox. Kaboom! I've known some people who were the kind of people you don't want to have around you when you're screwing around with fireworks, because they will do stupid stuff. And yeah, the number of times I've seen people get hurt with fireworks is it's a high number, a high likelihood, because people aren't very wise. My friend and I, when we were in just at the beginning of high school, when I first met him, he had a bunch of old models like ships and stuff like that, and we would take they had a burning barrel, so we would take the army men or the ships and stuff, we'd put them out there, and we'd get like a plastic ice cream bucket or something that melts, and we'd stick it in there and get the plastic all hot and melty so it would start burning, because it was, we're smart. Get a big glob of it on a stick. And we found that if you got that on fire and it started burning and you held it up, it would start dropping liquid hot plastic down, and it would be on fire, and sometimes it would make pew noises when it fell and hit. You'd use that like mortars and stuff coming in on little army men and stuff, because he didn't care if we wrecked them. And if we had had a video camera, it would have been pretty amazing to see, because we were trying to make little scenes and movies out of all this. But we did the same thing with these things called, they're black cats. They don't even make them as nice as they used to. But they're like a firecracker, but they're not. They would mostly just spin around. But they have a little tiny hole in the firecracker. Once you light it, a jet of flame would come out. And if you held onto it, because they didn't blow up, they just shoot fire and they were done. You held onto it with the pliers and you lit it, you had a jet of this flame, this colored flame. And so we'd use those to burn holes in like his little boats, plastic model boats and stuff, like they were getting battle damaged. Like I said, if we had cameras, we would have gotten some really amazing shots back then. Not incredibly safe, but at least we weren't burning each other or shooting them at each other. Look, it's Crescent with her automated links. Oh, hey, this finally charged all the way up. All right, I can plug my phone in now. I was just recharging my little portable battery here. This thing is nice. It actually has a solar panel on the front of it, so you can actually charge it outside. It just doesn't sort of charges kind of quickly. I don't get the best sun here, I guess. But it also has, if I can find out where the battery is, or the button is, it has a super bright flashlight on the back of the damn thing. You can see this flashlight is like super duper bright on this battery. A little painful. Oop, now I'm flashing. Doop doop. Emergency. There we go. Anyway, show and tell. Boom. There you go. That took 5 minutes to send. See a lot of work crews and a thunderstorm coming. Oh, geez. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. All right, let's see. We got the crew, the crew forebears, martial readiness. Hmm. There we go. Residents of the Emerald Hotel greatly desire and strongly rely on the products of Ruru create and sell, and therefore would never anger or think of attacking them. Ruru tend to avoid areas where the dinosaurs and other large land predators dwell, and as such have limited experience in dealing with them. They are experts at repelling aggressive sea creatures and are quite adept at dealing them with the attacks. Say, however, there we go. Better pouring rain down out for you. Oh man. Stay dry, Cajun stay dry. Don't let those alligators into the house, no matter how much they beg at the door. All right. Do. Wise enough. Two thinking beings. Let's feel this sentence out properly. I'm rewriting it a few times because this doesn't feel right, no matter how I'm gonna write it. Eat them. Oof. Um, Bragdon. Uh, okay, there we go. So the crew use magic, but they're extremely cautious. Application, remembering how they're forebears. Use magic, they're extremely cautious application. Their forebears follow their own pride and short-sightedness. Let's say have many a potent arcane text. Let's see, keeping them. All the communities. The crew do have many a potent arcane text stashed away in the ruins of their forebears, realizing that keeping them in their communities is most unwise. We'll say most unwise. I like that. So the fun thing about these guys is the Kerr, the people who came before them, the creatures that came before them, the more sort of humanish amphibian hybrid people, the high Thuru, the Kerr, were very, very magical, did all kinds of amazing structures or built structures, did all this crazy magical stuff, but also made some horrific decisions. And so, yeah, these guys just want to live their authentic amphibious lives without going crazy and upsetting the world again. You have bought bratwurst? Nice. Did you buy enough for all of us? Just asking. All right. Phone is plugged back in. Let's see what this ding was. That was something useless. Okay. Huh. Weird. This fruit fly. I hate them so much. Is it bad for me to want all the fruit flies to die? Just Thanos, all of them. I don't even have any fruit near me. I don't have any fruit. Go away. Go away, jerks. All right, so what else am I going to work on with the crew here? I'm going to read through this again. Largely peaceful, semi-nomadic, amphibious biped race. Excuse me, which resides on and about the Umbral Atoll. And by the way, my shirt is not purple today. It's actually gray. If you can see back here, this is the actual color. It's just the light, the way the light falls. Just letting you know, not purple. Not purple. Made primarily from cured hides of sea creatures and underwater plant life, garments are tough enough to handle frequent drying and wetting. On the surface side, they often wear tight caps of sealskin or sea kelp leaves and coat their sensitive skin in rich, colorful, oily muds found around the volcanic hot springs. Mud. Well, I don't want to say tends. Let's just say keeps their skin moisturized and protects them from the harsh sun when they are above the sea for extended periods of time. Did I see my fancy new thumbnail? I saw the one that showed up at the beginning of the thing that had the nuggets of nya. I did. If that's the one you're talking about, I did see it. And if it wasn't that, then I'm totally wrong. Bap, that was horrible. I'm not even gonna repeat that. Not gonna repeat it. Never. Shall not. It was the worst of times. It was the worst of times. Or something like that. Am I here on this? Okay, we go back to me clicking on the thing and breaking everything again. Fantastic. Yes, that one. Yes, I did see it. It was cool. Cats are having a race upstairs. That's great. Zoo. All right. They live in a tropical island frequently swept by extreme weather. The crew tend to wear light and water-resistant protective garments made primarily from the cured hides of sea creatures and underwater plant life. These garments are tough enough to handle frequent drying and wetting. Surface side, they often wear light caps of sealskin or sea kelp leaves and coat their sensitive skins. Rich, colorful, oily muds found around the volcanic hot springs. Keeps their skin moisturized and protects them from the harsh sun when they are above the sea for extended periods of time. Right. Bap made it. Oh, you mean she made it? The thumbnail, not made it. Got it. Understood. I am working on the culture and basically the factions and people entry that I have for the Kruru on the Umbrella Tall because I never really wrote up an official entry for them in this section. And that reminds me, I wrote one up for the mums, just tradition of like dress, the traditions of readiness, martial readiness, the points of contention. I'm gonna do one for Soul Forged, but I'll have some questions for you. I'll throw them into the chat we have because there's a few things that I'm gonna ask about, and I think you may have posted some of that stuff for me to read before, but I want to look through a little bit more about the race in general before I put some of this in here. So that will be when I do that next entry. That will be what I'll need some questions answered. But yeah, and I was using AI to make some pictures to reference these guys. And I tried a few different things. I'm like, oh, try this, do this. And AI just started doing weird stuff. And the latest one it came up with, they're in the pictures, they're starting to go from bipedal frog dudes to islandy frog dudes, but they're evolving a little bit because now they're starting to get ears. It's really eerie. Not that way, not what I meant. It's a little eerie in a creepy sense that they are evolving in the pictures. Well, I'm taking a shot there. If you notice the screen flash, it's because I'm taking a screenshot. And I'm going to put it in the same chat. So that I sent you the first one, and you and Moss can see it in there. And I think Chrysanth can see it in our little chat where they're like brewing and working on nets, and they're like, we are frog people. I kept going on it. And they're evolving. In this latest one, they're starting to look a little weirder. Evolving. Yeah, well, you'll see when you see them. They literally have ears now. But they've still got their cool tattoos. And one of them has heterochromia because he has 2 different colored eyes. Whatever, game. We're all ears. Worst people ever. All right, I gotta check and see here if the cats are looking to come in. What are they doing? Somebody raced on through the fun-filled play area. Oh, it's April sitting at the camera. I'd let her in here, but I'd never be able to control her while I have the stream going. She is just pure calico chaos. I wonder if Calvino wants to come in, though. He's looking all like he wants to come in. All right, I'm going to go see if Calvino wants to come in. I'll be right back. While you guys make jokes about ears. Don't stop right there. I keep walking. My goodness. You know, sometimes cats just don't care. And you're a cat, and sometimes you just don't care. Come on up. Go. He is a bucket of purrs right now. Aren't you, buddy? Come here. All right. You were in the grass, weren't you? You're all damp. Yep. All right, go ahead and flop or sit or whatever you're going to do. Or put your head on my keyboard. Don't put your head on my keyboard. No. Okay. There we go. Hello, sir. Sir Vino. Hello, buddy. You have power again. Woo! And the storm is looking rough, so it might go out again. Oof. Maybe you update the LS assets with the updated map. Ah, okay. Yep. Good point. Then someday we'll get an artist to make a map that we can do some better words on or something. We'll see. We'll see. It's the Calvino. He and his brother are still slightly miserable with their little nose because it's all like bumpy and it looks like that getting scratched. It's every single summer. I don't know. The vets don't quite get it. They get little bumps on their ears too. They don't like me touching them. So, but tomorrow is, or wait, what is today? Thursday? Thursday is the next day for flea and tick medicine. So maybe that will help them. Maybe if they've got some little beasties on them. He's just shaking his head. Nope. You hope your AC can get the house to cool quickly? Yeah, there you go. Our brownouts, blah. Not fun. It's okay, Calvino. All right, so what was I up to for the crew? Are you okay, bud? Okay, bye. Are you annoyed by me or something? What do you need? Gosh, I gotta move the curtain aside for him. He doesn't want to walk around it. Why? Here. Go ahead. Go ahead. I move it back. He just wants to snuggle down in his big pile of green fabric behind the curtain. That's all he wanted. All right. So, when surface side, they wear large, like capped sealskin, sea kelp leaves, and coat their sensitive skin in rich mud. Oh, that's right. Females tend to be the only crew that wear jewelry on their limbs, the amount and quality proclaiming their family worth and stature to others. Males more often wear headdresses and necklaces to proclaim their status. Those charged with guarding the floating cities and villages wear armor made from thick shark skin, spiked urchins, and even large shell plates from gargantuan sea clams. Crew are devout worshippers of Thalassa, make offerings to her by floating rafts festooned with all manner of flowers, gifts, and goods towards the breaks in the hopes that they are taken by her eternal storm. If a raft makes it past the breaks and into the circling storm, they believe the great favor has been shown to those who made the offering. Let's see. I need to pull the car into the garage. Guess how I found out the power's up? My garage door wouldn't open. Well, that would be a clue. Man, I feel like I've got... Oh, I bet that was cat fur. Thanks, Calvino. I'm like, why is my nose itching all of a sudden? Do gypsy wagons really need a garage? It is to end in 2 hours, so he probably still does. I know you. Don't go swimming afterwards. Yeah, stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. This is not the time for a round of golf. We've all seen Caddyshack. Well, if you haven't seen Caddyshack, you should watch Caddyshack. Anyway, though the Kuru tend to avoid the ruins of their Kur forebears, some groups make yearly pilgrimages to the mysterious obelisk across the island to tell stories about the folly of their unwise ancestors' actions. This way, they hope to teach their young to avoid making the same mistakes in their own futures. The martial readiness. Most villages and floating cities have a retinue of warriors at the ready, mainly for fighting off aggressive but unintelligent creatures if they approach the settlements. Residents of the Umbrella Tall greatly desire and sometimes strongly rely on the products of Kuru create and sell, and therefore would never anger or think of attacking them. You know, I wasn't planning on making Virehole the thing, but if it were, where would it be, do you think? Okay, so I gave this thought last night, Arudai. Let me open up the main map. There are two main places I think would actually fit really well for this. Somewhere in the lands of Senna's Fall, because that place was all messed up. Now the problem is it's not really dry there. It's not a really dry place. So we're going to keep it dry. That's not the best place. The other place is somewhere out in the Soul Spires. But problem with that is that place doesn't have towns and villages. So again, we're into the same issue. So we've got the idea that it could be somewhere out in the Azure Kingdom, which is a completely different like feel and set if you want it to be arid. But given all that, the area in these hills over here in the Caustic Strand, up in these areas, around, you know, not near Hillmouth, but anywhere in these mountains above the Caustic Strand on either side, even on the side of Lasso where it's all like mires and stuff, you could technically make a pretty arid place up in these hills because the Caustic Strand is like nothing but volcanic activity. We do have the option too down here on the edge of Bruru and everything. There's where the giants are up here at Cindervale because there's a lot of activity here. So there are a whole bunch of kind of good areas for it, but if it's supposed to be like a human place, these areas are better for it. I mean, it could be somewhere in Agrium, but the island tends to be kind of wet, so it might not work too well. But like you said, it's supposed to be old smelting. It's supposed to be arid. Pull the red cord and you can manually open it. Will relock and close the other way. It sucks because they're kind of heavy. Yep. This wind is either that or use a sick day tomorrow. I risk some branches falling in the car. Ah, there you go. And the electricity is up. Boop. That sucks. So, yeah, all that to say, I thought of a few places it could be, Rudai, but we just have to decide if there's like a little bit of a more of a microclimate in the area, like if it were somewhere up in the Caustic Strand, up in these mountains, like it's a village connected to all this stuff or something. It could be along those lines. If it's around Sentinel's Fall, it would have to be somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, sort of like on the road, but away from things. And anything out here, there is a village up here called Houth, but on the coast here, it would have to be. It would probably have to be somewhere not too far from Takis, because this area of the Soul Spires is really dry. This area over here is completely wet because, you know, the storms coming through get to actually hit the area. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of thoughts and areas and places we could put it. It really kind of comes down to if it's mostly supposed to be like a human area, if it's supposed to be like a frontier town clinging on the edge of things. So I mean, it could be something out on the edge of Lost Acadia, but I mean, that's pretty desolate. It's pretty desolate. So, power goes out tonight. Be sure to search the couch for cookies for emergency sustenance. Cookies, couch cookies. Get the couch cookies. Nice. Yeah. So I mean, we got a whole bunch of places it could be. If you want it to keep arid and dry like that, we'll just have to create a little microclimate, like I said, because these hills around this place, all the water is basically in the center area. Around the edges, it's not as wet. They're hidden on the bookshelf this time. Oh, is it just like cookies that were just placed like a book? And you're like, Hemingway, Billionaire Bear, lemon cookies. That's what I'm hearing, Chrysanth? Oh no, I can't go to work. Can't open my garage door. Oh no. All right, we'll move that down there. Let's see here. Oop, I don't want to put ends in. I want to put these in here. Who is dinging my camera now? I bet it's little Miss April, who has put on a couple of pounds and now is all sassy because she's like, look at me. I weigh like 8 pounds now. Batteries are dying in my mouse. Well, if my battery dies completely, we'll know why. Notice this one right away. Hit it between Dean Koontz and the Complete Chronicles of Narnia. Boom. If not, you have all your sick days. There you go. Get those sick days. All right, was there anything else I was going to write about that part? Well, let's finish this. The crew tend to avoid areas where the dinosaurs and other large land predators dwell, and such have limited experience in dealing with them because, you know, the crew are mostly near the coast or under the water in their little floating cities. They don't wander inland to mess around with the land dinosaurs. They have enough trouble dealing with the aquatic dinosaurs. They're experts at repelling aggressive sea creatures, and they're quite adept at dealing with them if they attack. Fantastic, sarcastic. I can't associate with you anymore. Chronicles of Narnia are movies, not books. Wow. Hello, Looney Bin escapees. Hello, Shadow Warden. May be more hassle to open it. Few thinking beings are unwise enough to move against a crew, realizing they need the amphibious bulk more than the amphibians need them. Next, you're going to try and tell me they're written by C.S. Lewis. The reason you tried Turkish Delights? And did not like them. What is this thing called? My gosh, where is this stuff? Rita, have you ever had what is it even called? Fruit nougat, I think it's called. It's kind of like little blocks. Sometimes they're thin and long, sometimes they're squares of like white, sometimes pink, like nougat, like the stuff you have in candy bar. But there's like little bits of dried fruit that almost look like little gems or candies that are cut inside it. That's pretty good stuff if you like nougat. Careful, they're Ma's favorite books. You may be too short to manually open your garage door. Hey, they have ladders. I mean, he may not have a ladder, but there are ladders. You've not. You have a lot of ladders. Okay, she's ladderful. Many are her ladders. Yeah, fruit nougat's pretty good. It's kind of like marshmallowy, nougaty candy with little bits of dried fruit in it. The candy that I made a couple years ago for people at work that people had never tried it, was like the honeycomb candy. because you're melting sugar and you're putting baking soda in it with sugar and everything, so it starts making all these bubbles and then it gets hard and kind of crispy, crunchy. So you have to be a little careful with that because you can really make it gross real quick. And make it gross. You're not surprised. You walked right into that one. Literally walked right into that one, Chrisanne. Pap, didn't you used to make homemade chocolates and put Nutella in the middle? Oh my gosh. That's dangerous. Super dangerous. All right, back to the last bit on the Kururu. Some groups even make offerings and meet with the Kururu in peace, or peaceful ceremonies intended to strengthen their common bonds. Intended to strengthen common bonds of the Kururu are always aware that others may desire friendship. May Kururu are always aware that some merely desire friendship as a way to get at the forbidden knowledge of their doomed ancestors. There we go. Yes, they were lovely. Oh, Chrysanthe is one of those letters made up of the rage you eternally feel. Rage letter! Now I want to make a Nutella Reese's. I imagine people give Chrysanthe a lot of ladders, step stools, booster seats, and the like. Wow. Wow. They do have many a potent arcane text. Okay. Ruru use magic, though they're extremely cautious in its application, remembering how their forebears fell to their own pride and short-sightedness. They do have many a potent arcane text stashed away in the ruins of their forebears, realizing that keeping them in their communities is most unwise. Platform shoes. I get her some books of jokes and poems to put on her shelf. Actually, gave her my mom's stepladder when she moved out. They're both the same height. Wah wah. Wait, Chrysanthe and your mom's stepladder are the same height, or Chrysanthe and your mom were the same height? I'm not sure here. Built for the nugget. We need to get Chrysanthe a pair of those what are those things? Those boots that the goth wear with the heel and the foot part. It's like the whole thing is a platform boot. It's just this crunk. It adds like 3-4 inches on their height. I don't see how anybody can walk in them. So they seem more like a you stand still kind of shoe wear. Or what were those things back in the 80s and 90s? There were those spring shoes where you can just moon shoes, you can just bounce around. There you go. Boom. You're way too clumsy for any of those. Well, no, okay, no stilts. Otherwise, she's going to have to start wearing an airbag suit, just like the motorcyclists wear. And she'd set it off every 5 minutes. We just hear a poof. She's just on the floor. Help. Can't even ride a bike. Maybe stilts aren't the best idea. Hey, everybody can ride a tricycle. And I don't mean a kid tricycle, I mean a three-wheeled bike. An adult-sized three-wheeled bike. All right. So, all right, we got through their whole entry in here. Trampoline shoes. There you go. Pogo stick? Maybe. Maybe a pogo stick's a bad idea. I don't know. Maybe that's a really bad idea, actually. All right, that was the mums up there. I wonder if I need to move one of those entries that I had. We go back here once. Interesting as a current Hall, Kingdom Storms of Ruin. I'm reading through some of the other things here. The old cities and ports, and see if there's anything specific that I need to add here that's not already covered, or part kind of like point back to it. Breaks, the barbarian tribes. All right. Fire. Hey, barbarians. Wonder if all right, okay, maybe the spider tribe. Let's think about that. Eradication will start lore. Okay. Row bug days. Yeah, I don't think I have to add any of that stuff. I think it's good having it in the entry of the atoll there. I think that's a good place for it. The boy has not come back out here to place himself behind the wheels of my chair when I roll around here. Not a good choice. Because if I roll backwards, he's going to make some squeaky cat noises suddenly, which would be bad. Big wheel for Crescent. Both of Crescent's grandmothers are her height. Ah, okay. No fair. You're so much taller than me. Sam would crash the tricycle. I don't know. I think she could manage it, right? Right? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. Why did I get a ding about weather here? Oh, rain. Great. Hey, at least it's only 87 here right now. So I'm happy about that. One other thing I wanted to mention in martial readiness here is they tend to favor naturally sourced weapons. Let's see. Ancient. Ancient current weapons can be found all over the island, but are generally avoided and re-hidden by their crew. Um, well, they don't use them personally. They don't care much if outsiders plunder or use the ancient tech. They use a weakness they are not responsible for correcting. Others. So while they don't use them personally, they don't care much if outsiders plunders or use the ancient tech. They use a weakness they are not responsible for correcting. They caution against the use of such items, but they realize they're not the arbiters of fate and let others make their own decisions in such matters. Okay. I mean, it'd be cool. Definitely have some crazy cool looking, not future tech, but like ancient, but quasi high tech looking blades and things that the Kerr made back in their time. That you could just, have and be like, ooh. Kind of like if you ever play Elder Scrolls, if you ever come across like dwarven stuff. Like, ooh, that's a cool looking item. It's ancient, but it's really well made. If you find a Kerr weapon or magical item or something, it's like, ooh, very cool. And the crew are like, enjoy. We're gonna stick with our obsidian spear, our shell shields, and things like that. Have fun. You probably shouldn't use that, but go ahead. We're not gonna stop you. Hey, I'd sooner trust Heavy's driving skills. Hey, when I was a kid, after my parents got divorced, my dad bought us bikes, and I was like 5 at that point. So we got, or my brothers got cool bikes. I got a green machine, which was like, if you don't know what a green machine is, go look it up. It was like the cool Hot Wheel. Like we didn't have a lot. I mean, at that point we weren't super poor. This was our descent into poor after their divorce and my stepfather and my mom making wise decisions throughout their lives. Uh but before then, I had this green machine and it was the coolest Hot Wheel green machine type thing ever. And I love that thing. It was amazing until one of my older brother's friends broke it. I was not happy because there was obviously absolutely no way to fix it. This was back in the 70s. And they didn't really care and they were jerks because, they're big kids. But um, it was pretty amazing because it had a brake and everything on it. It was pretty cool. It was amazing. Yeah, they took it and were screwing around on it. It was really annoying. I'll I'll put a picture of it if you've never seen one. Throw it in here. There you go. Because it had the front wheel was like a big wheel, but you weren't sitting up as much. You're sitting down and back, and it had two small tricycle wheels, and the back wheels were on a pivot, so the back wheels would pivot separate from it. But it had a bucket seat, and it had two levers, and it had pedals on it. It was amazing. It was amazing. Like I said, then our brother's friends broke one of the controller breaky things, and it didn't. Yeah, it was not fun. Oh well, things come and go. Yeah, it was amazing at the time. It was like, wow, it was astounding. All right. How am I doing on time here? I got 15 minutes left. I want to add. Let's see. Made. All right. So let's see. We'll change the words around. We'll move that there. There is a growing faction of disillusioned youths that have begun to seek out the youths have begun to seek out their forebears' sights and knowledge in defiance of their elders' urgings. They have made a camp near one of the great underground facility entrances on the atoll because the Kerr had made these impressive entry points to their underground facilities where they have magic that's directly tapped from the mana stream, that they do all kinds of things that still power some of their magical constructions that nobody really understands. These young Kerr are wearing the crew are wearing the Kerr armor and carrying weapons and doing all the cool kid things, they're not supposed to be doing, playing with things they don't understand, basically. But they can't be told not to do it. You can't control me. The two youths, exactly. I've only seen those being used by adult men when it's been tied to a moving truck's trailer hitch. Basically Canadians. There you go. They're youths. I don't know. I watched a video of some guys today on a Canadian golf course where there's one guy was a hockey player and the other guys are being dorks and taking forever, and then everybody started getting mad at each other, and the guy started acting tough and came at the guy who was the hockey player, and the hockey player basically started saying bang, bang, bang while he's punching him, then tossing him around like a little kid until his friend literally got him out of there. It's like, okay, Canadians. Okay. Don't be an enemy of society, eh? All right. Turn off the little heater here because I don't need this for that. For Ralph. Want to know more about Murmur? So I have the entry on here. Now, I think I only have 2 paragraphs on her, so I should probably write more about Murmur. Poor Murmur. Very conniving, very wretched. Serving Malach, the Black Tongue. And she hates herself. Poor little Murmur. I'll make a point of writing a little bit more about her. And start a Murmur fan club. Oh dear. Oh dear. The hairless kennel named Murmur. Oh, I think I got coffee grounds in my throat. So, what am I doing? Going to get more coffee here. Coffee grounds. They're the way to go. Fan club. That's just disturbing. All right. I have a question for you about hairless kennels. Maybe you can answer for me. Do they have a way of moving about the world that would allow them to get places quicker? Can they do things like teleport or go into, the other realm? Do they go into the realm of like the undergods and head through and the underside? Do they go through the underside to get to places? Can they traverse distances quickly? Because I'm trying to think, Murmur, a little thing like this, it'd be quite a trip for her to be going between like the tea house and giving, Whisperwind, information in exchange for things, but also going all the way back up to Malak's kingdom. So she probably has a way to get around. Whether or not it's something that's wise, but might be cool. I hear you're struggling on your mythic character. I hear Murmur needs a mate. Oh no. No. Oh no. Ew. No. Her answer is no. I like it. I'll go fill that form out or schedule our meeting, shall I? We'll signal screams tonight. Oh no. Wow. Right. Where was I at here? I was looking to see. Go. All right. Ours movement most probably don't, but no reason Murmur can't. Yeah, I'm thinking if she's getting power, if like she's treating because Malak is a patron, possible that he's granted her some power she can utilize and she's using it. But you know, interesting. Okay, could be fun. Could be fun. Give her a nice problem. Boop. I never really noticed over in Kick that the moderator is a banhammer. It's funny. What are we doing here? Okay, I've got about 6 minutes left. Six and a bit. Uh, let's add a little bit to Murmur's thing here. All right, she travels via hidden passages and dark, twisted reality slivers in the underside, allowing her to cross the Godlands more quickly than most. So, frequent trips tire her greatly, requiring her to recuperate afterward. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I just hit capital locks. That's not what I want. This is not really ironic. I was going to say the underside is the only place where Malak, patron, can't really track her. Would be interesting because he's a creature of the underside. He's not an under god, but it's so confusing to his thing. But I'm trying to decide if she should be untrackable in the underside or she should be untrackable when she's up top. I think it'd be better if she was not trackable inside because it's a dangerous place for her. It takes power and energy out of her because she's not a creature of the underside. Alec cannot track or contact her in the underside, so as dangerous it is for her, she is free of his influence there. I think they just changed the banhammer over there. What if I didn't fill out that form, Murmured I? And your character is Murmur's mate. Oh boy. Get to filling out that form. As dangerous it is for her to spend time there, it's also the only place she's truly free of his insidious influence. You know? Yeah, so Malak, the Black Tongue, can't track or contact her in the underside. But it's really dangerous for her to be in there. So the only place she is truly free of his insidious influence. He has a secret. And secret hiding place and retreat in the underside, though she spends only moments there at a time, lest anyone discover it. This is where she hides her greatest treasures and secrets. Where she hides her greatest treasures and secrets as well as her greatest fears, made manifest, kept under metaphorical lock and key. So I'm having her hiding little trinkets, little treasures, secrets, and things, but also some of her greatest fears have been locked away there because of the magic of the place and her abilities to do things. And she keeps them under lock and key, so Malak can't use them against her as easily. That'll be fun. Your character's murmurs. Man, I thought murmur should be kind of gross and off-putting, like low charisma. Yeah, she definitely should be. Yep, I think because she is pitiable. She's supposed to be pitiable, and most hairless Kindles aren't exactly paragons of beauty and kindness and charisma. So I think, yes, she should be along those lines. But anyway, I got to go to my real life game. So I'm going to save some documents here. I'm going to save some maps. I'm going to save everything. And I am going to get the heck out of Dodge here. So thank you, everybody, for coming along. This has been Frost Written with me, Frost, and Arudai in the chat, who's making this wonderful game called Legend Seeker. You can see up there somewhere. Oh, there. We'll point that way. Boom. I'm really good. I'd be a great weatherman. We got a northeast-west front from the south-north. It's going to be raining cats and dogs. Anyway, yep, I've been Frost. I will be back here again on Thursday doing more of this, and I will see you all then. So please leave a like and a comment, and join us over on the Patreon as well. And I will talk to you all a little bit later. Have a great night.